Welcome to my home garage. Today we have a 2014, our favorite 2014 BMW 328i X-Drive. And the water pump has finally given up. It has had a LIN bus code for almost 2 years, saying it's unable to communicate with the DEM, but that hasn't prevented the water pump from actually functioning. So we just let it ride. Now the vehicle got stopped because the water pump wasn't working anymore, and it was saying the engine could overheat, so the engine was shut off and towed. So pretty much the codes in the description are water pump failure, potential blocked, inoperative, some code like that. I'll post it in the video. But yeah, we're gonna replace the water pump. We already knew it was an issue. We're gonna replace the thermostat, and we're just gonna look over everything, make sure the connections are good. But it had to be done regardless. So let's get at it. Connector. Okay. Peel it back. Right. You get the hose there. So it's 6. Okay, now we have all this extra space here. Take a look down there. Okay, so let's just take our cover off, give ourselves a little bit even more space. Okay. Okay. You see, so everything's kind of out of the way. We might as well remove this pipe here. So to remove this pipe, we just want to give ourselves the max amount of room possible. So any clips that we see in the way, we're going to remove. So what do we got here? We got, okay. Okay. Where does that connect? Connects to the turbo. Alright, so to connect this to the turbo, we got one bolt holding it, I believe. Maybe 2. But be able to snake that underneath. We're gonna remove this pipe here. This one is 7. Okay. So here, one of our intake pipes. We'll clean everything up after. Okay, so that gives us even more access to some more stuff. Alright, let's get a little more light. Alright, let's put this here, there. Okay, so now we can see things even better. People say that this flange could leak, but I don't see why it would. Okay, we can remove this out of the way. I kind of want to remove this, but no, it might be a pain to get to. Let's see. It's only one bolt underneath. It can't just be one bolt holding that motherfucker. It might be actually. So, anyways, this pipe here underneath. It's hard for you guys to see. So, oh, that's better. Okay. So under here, there's a pipe. So we want to remove these connectors. They only go in one place, so you can't really mess them up. Okay. You want to just kind of get these connectors out of the way. We got here and another. Okay, there we got this disconnected. Okay, great. We can disconnect this from here and then remove that all as one. I believe it's an 11. Pretty much when I did the turbo removal, it's the same thing. There's a bolt underneath this pipe that connects to the turbo, and it's what holds this on. I believe it's a 10. I know it's hard to, you can't see. I know. Okay, that reached. Okay, this is kind of a pain to put back in after, but here. Oh, this is too long. I need one that's a bit shorter. This is all I feel. You cannot do this any other way. Okay, loose. Don't lose the bolt. So you get your hand in here while you're loosening it. Okay, it's not coming. Get our thing in here. Okay. And there's our nut. Need that. Put that right there. I think it should want to come out. And it does. Okay, so we also have our PCV, another attachment here. So I guess that's the reverse. We have to just depress this and slide it out. Give me a second. Okay, after some fighting, I got it. Pretty much, it's the pipe that goes over this, and then another pipe goes on top. We gotta make sure we clean all that up. Because clearly the debris is what's making it difficult to clip on. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's one pipe. Okay, we'll leave it on top of here. We'll leave it on top here behind this harness, and then the other pipe it's just not even really in the way. Okay, so same thing. Got a connector here. Never been off, so it's gonna be tight. There we go. Okay. Remember, one goes one. These two are completely different connectors. They're the same connector, but the cutouts in them are different, so you can't really mess that up. Same thing. We're gonna just tuck those out of the way here. Okay. Now, you can see the water pump. You have pretty good access for it, to be honest. Okay. I just want to take a quick look at that connector. You know what I mean? Okay, so we want to get our pry bar behind the connector. Okay. Oh, terminals look good. Okay. Okay, that's good. That means we're good. Okay, so now we can take our plate off from the bottom so that we don't make a giant mess. That's a good idea. And then we have coolant hoses running through here. So we're going to try to disturb as little as possible, and we'll see how that goes. Let me look in the turbo. Alright, so we're pretty much there. So all we got to do now is I'm going to lift up the car, take off the plate underneath the vehicle, just so we don't make a mess. And then I'm going to drain the coolant, and that'll be that. Doesn't look too bad. Another thing we could tackle, well, I'm going to clean all this area up. I believe this pipe is separate. I'm going to clean this whole area up with brake clean and really get in there and do it clean, because we're going to also replace the oil cooler gaskets and the valve cooler gasket, because everything's just leaking on this car. Alright guys, give me a second. I'm going to lift up the car and take off the bottom plate. We're just going to remove this plate to give us access. Alright, down there. Alright, so you can see the water pump right there. Alright, and I think we should probably take this plate out too, because I think all the coolant's going to fall on the plate. So wait a minute, I'm going to also remove this plate here. I think that's a smart plan. Well, here too, I think it's all coming from the top. Okay, there's our water pump bolts, 2 of them anyways. Okay, I'll show you guys those 2 now. There's 2 water pump bolts right there. You see those 2? Right there, those are 2 water pump bolts. And then I believe one is on the top somewhere. Let me see if I could see it. Sorry, there are 2 water pump bolts, easy to access. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain to get to. Hopefully we don't have to remove anything else. Yeah, so we're good. Right now we're just going to remove the hose. There is the hose you want to remove right there. So you want to let the coolant drain out from here. So it's best to do it from underneath, or you could probably have access from the top. But we're going to do it from here because we're already here. So we're going to loosen that flange up, and then I'm going to pull the hose back. Alright guys, so there's a pretty good view. It's easier to do it from the top. You see that there? Right there. I believe it's a 6. We're going to check it. Maybe it's a 7. Alright, it is a 6. Okay. Okay. Pretty much a mini pry bar. See, the hose clamp's pretty much stuck, right? So we kind of want to get things to move a bit. So I'm going to pry here. Okay. There we go. There's our hose clamp. Peeled back. Now we kind of want to get this to rotate. So okay. Once we open this up, we gotta make sure our collection device is perfect. Here's the best tool. You're gonna get in from behind and you're gonna work. You don't wanna. There it goes. It's coming out already. Okay. So we're not in a rush. We're not flat rate. So we have time to loosen this hose off in an appropriate manner. Okay. We can make sure you're getting it all. Okay. Make sure it's landing in your bucket. Okay. Also, you want to do this. Okay. That way, it all just comes out the bottom. Okay. Back to our game. Okay. See how it's not loosened yet? It's still not broken, the seal. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if we can twist it. Not yet. See, it's still tight. Yes, you want to go all the way around it. Okay. Your pick. Remember, you want to get around. Whoa. That was close. You want to get around it. So, tuck it in behind. And run it down. And around. Don't penetrate it. Don't break. Don't put a hole in the rubber. There you go. Okay. See, I'm just peeling it back. I'm not hooking it. I'm just using the edge of the blade. Alright. Okay, there we go. You're not going to get it all. You're going to make a mess. This is pretty much all the coolant in the car. Okay, now we can remove the upper hose. That just goes into there. Alright, so it's here. Probably just keep draining for a while. And there we go. Make sure underneath everything's still dripping in your bin. Alright. New idea. Grab your pick. So just slide your hose up the way. Grab your pick. Oh yeah, that's friggin' done. If I can wiggle that. Don't forget, this has never been touched before. The cooling system on this side of the car. The upper hoses have been moved, but they've never been not going nowhere. Alright. Pretty much you just gotta work it. There's like no fast way about this. You gotta just keep working on it until they loosen. Okay, once you crack the seal on these, then they'll come out. There it is. Okay, now we can remove this hose here, because we're doing the thermostat as well. Okay, same idea. We popped it. Oh. Okay, yeah, kind of want to empty it out in there. Yeah, pop this back up there. Okay. So we're doing the thermostat as well, so we want to remove everything associated with that. So pretty much put this hose back. Leaving everything connected, we're just disconnecting everything like that. This one here as well. See how it's a weird kind of there we go. Okay, so all this now is out of the way. You could technically remove this whole assembly, but we don't really need to do that. What we can remove is this here. So we just got to see what's holding that in place. Okay, it's 2 bolts that hold this assembly on. Let me get something to remove it. Pretty much it goes right through here, and it is I think it's a T25. Yep, so let's get that off. So T25. Okay. Move your hose out of the way. Okay, there's one. Okay. Okay. This water pump's easier than the Audi. So we don't know if this thermostat's bad, but it's 10 years old. So we're just going to change it. We could test it. We can put it in hot water and see. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, so now everything's exposed. We can see everything going on right now. So we have this hose is part of an assembly, so we're going to leave it connected, all this stuff. So even our clamp, we'll try and slide it back up the hose just so we don't lose it. Remember it's there. Okay, so nothing's connected now. I can see the 3 bolts now. So it was the 2 that you saw from underneath, and then I don't know if you guys can see that 3rd one right there. Right there. Okay, we're gonna get those out now. So I'm trying to put you guys in the best possible position to see what's going on. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but it's right down there. I know this hose is probably in your way, and this one, but that's life. Okay, so I'll tuck these wiring looms down under here, and I'll try and tuck this behind here. I'm just trying to get everything as much out of the way as possible. Even this loom for the water pump, I'll try and bring it up through here just for now, and we'll have to clean it out because probably a lot of coolant spilled on it, and we'll have to inspect the wiring and make sure there's no damage to the wires, because that can happen. Okay, so it's 2 bolts from underneath. I can feel them both, and 1 bolt right there. So let's go get them off. Alright, so I don't know how tight these are yet. Let's see what size it is. Okay. It is a E12. Okay. So it's an E12. I'm assuming we're gonna have to really break these loose, so bringing out, I wouldn't call it the big guns, but let's see how we need a shorter extension. So here's one. Okay. See the angle they're on? They kind of tilt down. Okay, let's see. How are we gonna get to these ones? These ones are freaking buried under there, man. You can't even see them. You can actually see those ones better from the actual bottom. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because right now I'm blind. I can't see anything. I'll get the two bottom ones out first, and then we'll come back up. Okay guys, so this is how I got it set up to remove that one bolt. Swivel, E12, and my ratchet's gonna come through here, and I'm gonna tighten and loosen up there, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna get the next one out. Okay guys, I actually went through here, look. Just underneath the vehicle, swivel socket, E12, you can get them both through here. You do not need to go from the top, you can get them right through here. And you can see the oil leaks have completely diminished that gasket there. So now we can go to the top, remove the last bolt, and get this water pump out. Okay, so that bolt's out, so just gotta remove that one bolt right there. We'll do that real quick. They're already loosened, so don't worry about the impact. Hold the pump because the two bottom bolts are out already. Okay. There's our bolt, our third one. They're one-time use bolts, technically. Okay. Grab your water pump. Whoo! You think that's toast? Oh yeah. Oh, that water pump is locked up. The actual code was water pump locked up. That is exactly what that water pump did. It completely locked up. It's not spinning anymore. I can't spin it. Oh, I can kind of spin it. Check it out. You can even see the overheating. Look, listen. So yeah, this water pump completely locked up. The connector looks good. I don't know how coolant, the module is built into it. So I'm assuming the coolant gets in from inside. But give me a second. Okay, so here's our new pump. Peterbilt or Pierberg. So you guys can look at the part number. See the stamp. And I'll look at the old one. I'm assuming it's probably an updated part number. But take a look. It's the same pump. You can confirm that. You just this is the pump it calls for anyways. Alright guys, it's been a few days. We got the right pump, but it was damaged. So we had to send it back, and we had to pretty much redo the whole thing. So let's get the new pump in. Okay, so finally got some parts in. So here's our adapter piece that's going to replace that broken plastic that goes here. So this is from Rain. So we're going to install this piece here, and hopefully there's no leaks or anything. Should be going pretty good. Oh, it's pretty tight. Let me see if there's anything hanging it up. I don't see anything. Oh, that's good that it's tight. I think it's gonna. There we go. Just move back and forth, make sure it's okay. There's 2 bolts for it. So that's why I use. Get it in my hand first. Okay. Your small ratchet. You don't want to break these bolts. I don't know the torque. I'm assuming, 12 Newton meters. Not more than that. So that's probably already more than that, you know what I mean? Okay. Now you get your hose. It comes with a supply clamp. So this is the original hose, and all we are doing is, and this goes like so. It goes on like this. And this goes under here. And this goes on there. And now we just gotta get a clamp. That's supplied. This is supplied clamp. Whew. Moved. Make sure you get that all the way on. Get your clamp on correctly, and it should hold nicely. Same thing with this one here. Get it in a position where you can grab it. There's obviously better pliers than this. Let me try that. Okay, you gotta make sure it's nice and flat. And your hose is pushed all the way in. And there you go. So now we're good. This goes on like so. Okay, pull this out of here. Make sure there's no debris in here. Okay, here's our new hose. The other one was cracked. So we're just gonna be installing it. So I don't know if this goes. Yeah, this goes. Let's get this one on first. There we go. You heard the clip. And that's the problem, is all the clips were broken on this. Same thing with that one. Everything was broken. Ooh, this might be an issue. Okay. Okay, so everything's connected now. This is connected. This is connected. We're going to put coolant now for year-round 50-50. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to open the drain. And you pretty much open these here. And this helps all the fluid get down here, so you just wait for it to leak out of here. Okay. You can open this one here. There's one there. But technically, until, see how it's water air? It's not getting down there. So you're going to watch this until coolant starts coming out and bubbles. Alright, we're going to put a little bit more coolant in there. So, just monitoring, See, look, coolant is coming out of there now. Slow drip. So we can close this one up. This one, coolant's coming out. Close it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Alright, so now we can assemble the rest of this, which is going to be, pretty easy. So I'm just going to reassemble this and then we'll leave the cooling system. We haven't connected the spark plugs because we want to crank the motor over to get the oil pumping. Everything is connected now. Obviously we have to make sure, we didn't forget any connectors. Look over all the connectors. I didn't plug in the coils yet, and I didn't put the cowl back on. I'm just going to connect the battery. As you guys can hear, the water pump is working. So we want to do this before we start the car, and it's just going to pretty much get rid of any air bubbles and level the system, make sure the whole system's filled. So all you do is go in the car, put it on the hottest temperature, lowest fan setting, on auto, ignition key on, and hold the accelerator pedal for 10 seconds, and then this will happen. Okay? So now pretty much the whole system's getting filled with fluid, so now is when we're going to check for leaks.